My name is Michelle Worthington, and I am the author of the Sass and Traz series. Today we are reading Book 1, Sass and Traz Save the Library, and we are up to Chapter 3. As she opened the door to the storeroom, Sass flicked on the light and peered down the concrete stairs. "This place must be a million years old," she muttered, brushing the cobwebs from her way and slipping slightly on the dust. The room underneath the library looked more like a dungeon than a storeroom. Everything was made of brick or concrete, and the ceiling was half the height of upstairs. No wonder Miss Burns doesn't want to come down here. The bare bulb cast an eerie glow on the objects below, which themselves would have been less conspicuous in a museum. The shelves on the far wall were filled with bulky overhead projectors, broken boxes of faded directories, and ribbonless typewriters. The boxes must be near here somewhere. Sass steadied herself by placing a hand on the metal cases that lined the wall opposite. They were the same colour as post-pizza vomit, and they smelled like old books. Miss Burns loved that smell, but it made Sass want to spit. Her hand trailed along the top of them until, turning the corner, she noticed the cases were divided into hundreds of little drawers, each with their own handle. Sass tried yanking at the closest one, but it didn't budge. With the weird metal boxes as her guide, she walked to the end of the storeroom in search of cardboard boxes. She didn't know if it was her fear of being in confined spaces or her general tendency to be in a bad mood when things didn't go her way, but a wave of anger spread through her like a bushfire, making her redden to the roots of her hair. Sticking her hands in her pockets, she kicked a pile of old newspapers out of the way. "How can they do this, the dirty robbers? They are thieves," she said, spitting the words at the dust bunnies floating in a circle of artificial light. Everything is about money these days. Flashbacks of her mum and dad snoring on the lounge in front of a blaring television on a Saturday afternoon filled her mind and threatened to flood her eyes. She placed her forehead against the cool, flat end of the large metal box and let her flat palms relax, soaking it up and willing it to make her feel better. Pirates. From deep within the boxes, Sass heard a flutter. She put her ear where her forehead had been. Click, flutter, click. The squeal of rusty hinges made her jump as down the middle row, a long drawer threw itself open, revealing a long stack of yellow cards. Then everything was quiet. Too quiet. "What just happened?" she asked the dust bunnies. Sass crept towards the open drawer, carefully keeping far enough away in case another one was about to bust out. One card stood higher than the others. With wide eyes, Sass read the first line. 910.4, a summary and true story of Blackbeard? More cards jumped out of their orderly line, corners pointing out like hands up in a classroom. Pop, pop, pop. The faraway sound of popping carried down the stairs as if the library was slowly filling with popcorn. Above her head, the wooden boards creaked under the weight of thumping boots. Somebody screamed.